bring this in here. Get strapped in. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's have ourselves a Friday night party. I hope that the sound issues are worked out. I apologize. I just got myself a new badass PC, new setup. And so we did have a little error yesterday, last night's live stream. I greatly apologize. You guys make sure to let me know in the comments down below how that sound's coming through. Hopefully the visuals are nice and crispy too. And just am super thankful that we've been able to been doing this for about a year and a half now. We're finally getting a legit production going on here for you guys. Super excited to bring it to you guys once again tonight. We're talking Friday night session, October 21st. Tomorrow we have the 22nd date, the year 2022. Whole lot of twos. We're going to be coming up on that 2-year anniversary, the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. Tonight we're going to be talking about, is the settlement imminent, or are they going to torture and stall us out here for another 6 months? Make us poor, miserable, sad story for us XRP holders. Make us wait another 6 months. And you guys know where I'm at. I don't care if we have to wait another 6 months. I don't care if they have to wait another year. This situation over here ain't sad. We continue to press down every single day, calling out the evil, and we continue to do good. Every chance we get, we try to do the righteous thing. Okay, calling out all of the corruption, standing up, having real solutions, real strategies, not just pumping fear, not just trying to get clicks, never selling out. We're going to keep it real, covering the current events that matter most. How does this cryptocurrency asset class roll us into the new financial system? And why do we call it the greatest transfer of wealth in world history? I'm your host, Zach Rector, and these Friday night sessions, as you guys know, do tend to get a little bit litty. So we're going to fire it up and get right on into it. Okay, at the time of this recording, let's take a look. Our Bitcoin is at 19,100. Yesterday, let's take a look at the chart actually here. This is the 4-hour chart on our Bitcoin. Okay, show you guys this one. You guys can see that right there. Okay, there we go. So you guys see that this morning, actually, bright and early, Bitcoin went down, retraced back to $18,652. This is the Qcoin 4-hour chart. But in that same 4-hour candle here, it brought us back up to about 19,160, which is where we're trading right now. So we have just been moving sideways. You guys are seeing this chart here. If I zoom on out here, okay, we've just been ranging down here. We did get that microcycle low down to 18,100. And then we recently just topped out once again, right below 20K at 19,950. So that's your quick technical analysis update. And as we look at these other cryptocurrencies, just hanging in, same situation. 1,300 for your Ethereum and XRPs at 45 cents. Now, a lot of people are asking, why didn't XRP pump off this news? Folks, the market maker, magicians, whales, Brad Garlinghouse and team, Ripple, and how they're implementing this financial system is all going according to plan. Part of that plan doesn't necessarily include making you rich overnight, and we need to let go of that idea. And when we talk about tonight's title, imminent settlement or waiting another 6 months, I want you guys to just plan on having to wait another 6 months. Plan on us being in a recession for another year. Elon Musk just said that the recession could last until 2024. Zoom out on the charts, zoom out on your life, okay? As far as the timeline of events, how this is all going to roll out. When do we get rich? Too many people putting things way ahead here instead of focusing on a macro picture here that's going to take a while to play out. Now, I think that when they do make the moves, it will feel overnight. It will feel as if they flip the switch because it's going to happen that quickly. We've just hit a little lull, a little bit of a dead period, I feel like, over the last couple weeks. Okay, there hasn't been too much breaking off, a lot of nonsense going on, mass distractions. But folks, stay strapped in because we're going into a massive back-to-back eclipse is going to bring massive energy to the markets. And then we also have the midterm election cycle. We have many things, some that I can't even talk about because you guys know that deal. Can't even talk about some of the military movements that are taking place within this country and others. I got one report on the war and current events there because that's such a sensitive topic. You guys know that and what we're up against there. Okay, but it is about to break. It's about to break. The energy, you can already feel it's coming in, and we just hit kind of the calm before the storm, right? And I think that really that's what the last 2 years was. A series of simulation events, but relatively calm compared to what we're about to go through. And just think, the worst bond market in history, seeing what's happening with real estate finally starting to roll over, always a lagging asset class. We see the cryptocurrency space, a complete, devastating purge underway of the cryptocurrency space. We're going to get into some of that news here in just a little bit. Okay. And then you've seen that the stock markets have absolutely been smacked. I don't know if I pulled it up in this one, but one of the articles that I was thinking of sharing tonight is Snap down 90%. And we still have people saying that nothing's happening. I get that all the time in my comments. Oh, you threw out this date. Oh, this happened. Nothing happened. What are you talking about? Nothing has happened. Folks, just in tonight's live stream, which then the other comment that I get from these folks is, oh, an hour-long stream, that's too long. Most of the time I'm hitting you with about 30 minutes to 45 of hardcore rapid fire going through the events. Yes, we sneak in a little bit of rants, add context, because we have to make people understand the situation, okay? But 30 to 45 minutes to understand the current events and how to prepare, and then we go into half an hour of Q&A. But these people don't want the truth. They're in denial. And they're the same ones that are saying that nothing's happening. It's just fine. And then on the far spectrum, we have the people that don't identify as a recession. Good luck, God bless. We know how that program's working out for you guys. May God be with you. Those people have no chance, right? But then I continue to see in the comments down below, people, why hasn't XRP? Oh, nothing's happening. Folks, much is happening. As we're about to cover tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Alan Staple, exclusive interview, where we're going to be talking about his friend who's at a market maker for the Treasury meeting with Ripple. Emergency meetings taking place with Ripple. I'm so mad that last night's audio was off because it was a great episode talking about these emergency meetings that are taking place with Ripple, not only with the SEC, but with market makers for the Treasury and all of the central banks that matter, all of the networks that matter. They're sitting down with these players, with these actors, and they're getting deals done. They're being called forward during this emergency moment because we need the solution. It is the liquidity that XRP provides. It is the trustless new quantum financial system that the world needs. Let's get into it tonight, though, okay? Let's get into it. Straight into the updates. Iran advises its citizens to leave Ukraine. What you are seeing right now is the allies of Russia are telling their people to leave. Iran, China, all of these countries have now told their people to leave Ukraine. As I just said, it's about to go down. You can probably feel that energy, right? It's about to go down. Strap in and be prepared, and may God be with us. Let's go on. Now, the Fed funds future is at an 80% probability of a 75 basis point rate hike November, December, okay? So we're going to get continued rate hikes. That's going to continue to implode the debt markets and continue to stop new liquidity from entering the system, a system that's been built off debt. The party is over. Grab your wife, grab your kids, and grab your business and strap in, because this ain't going to be over in 1 month. Whether the Ripple versus SEC case settles up or not, this storm doesn't end in 1 month. That's the point. Strap in and be prepared, and may God be with us all. Now, I did pull it up right here. Snap. In 2021, last year, October, this time last year, $75 was the price of Snap. Today, it is at $7.50, a 90% decrease. And people are still telling me that nothing's happening. No, the American people are getting absolutely wiped out. We have a sovereign debt crisis with the world's central banks reporting record losses. And then the few actors are quote unquote enemy, evacuating their citizens, preparing for martial law, hoarding record amounts of gold, and creating new ways to do their payment systems. Outside of SWIFT, outside of the US dollar, record amounts of golds coming into their vaults, no more gold leaving the country, and calling forward their reservists step forth into the military. Now, folks, let me preface this one by saying I'm just trying to cover this. I'm just trying to keep you guys tapped in here, and we're just trying to understand what's taking place. We're not here to say up, down, left, right, who to love, who to believe in, or who to vote for. But the moves are being made on the chessboard. And it's up to you to do your research and decide how you think, invest accordingly to how you think all of these world stage events play out. I'm just here to report on the world stage events. Let's get right on into it. Okay, so the January 6th committee has officially subpoenaed Donald Trump. Our former president, 45th president of the United States of America, has been subpoenaed by the January 6th committee. Grab your popcorn, folks. Here we go. Now we have the DC judge sentences Steve Bannon to 4 months in prison and $6,500 in fines for contempt of Congress. Moves are being made on the chessboard in the United States rule of law courts, where the jurisdiction of the people reigns most supreme, and where all truth will be revealed. So these are a couple initial moves that are being made on that chessboard, but you guys already know we have some folks that are playing on another level. Some may call it 5D chess. I can't really talk much further on that. Let's continue on. Let's see how it plays out. Federal court blocks President Biden's student debt relief program. So right here, you're seeing the tit for tat, a little bit of a back and forth, right? In the United States rule of law, let's let it play out. Let all truth be revealed. The federal court blocking the student debt relief program. And that's right. When we see, in my prediction right here for you, let's just cut to it, no BS. Massive red wave coming in. And when they switch over, you're going to see they're going to start to pull the plug. In my opinion, they're going to start to pull the plug on some of these programs. Not only will they be overruled in the United States courts here, federal court turning down the student debt relief program, I think that you're going to start to see Congress cut that funding. Congress is supposed to have the purse strings, supposed to have control of the money. We haven't declared war, but yet we're sending $1 billion every week to Ukraine. See, I can't even talk about this. I'm just going to move on because I'm going to get riled up because God bless our troops. It's such a shame what our military and what our good men and women who serve this country get caught up in. I got to move on. I can already feel, I get my blood boiling when I talk about these topics, and we got to move on from that. Breaking report, court to allow Missouri AG's team to depose Dr. I'm not even going to say his name. The doctor, Jen Psaki, FBI agent Elvis Chan, and multiple other Biden administration officials relating to collusion with social media to suppress free speech. Exactly. Maybe one day I'll be able to talk about all these issues in front of an audience here. We can have an adult conversation. Maybe one day. Let's let it all play out. Continuing on, I got to move on from that before I get in trouble. You guys already know that deal. Ben Armstrong, that's BitBoy Crypto. He says they are coming after Cardano next. Sam hates ADA because you can't pause it. Cardano is anti-Solana. If Sam Bankman-Fried gets his way, Cardano won't be able to be bought in the US. And he's replying to news that FTX will delist crypto assets in the US that it deems might be securities, according to CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. And you're starting to see the exchanges are stalling things up. The exchanges have to adjust. And the exchanges are what are delaying the Flare airdrop. Check out this next news. Okay? Alex Cobb. Flare Twitter account says January 9th, 2023 is going to be when the airdrop takes place for Flare that we've been waiting on, right? And Hugo said ready for token distribution next week. So we're getting a little bit of a mix here, but let me break this down for you. Flare CEO Hugo Filion is saying that they're going to be ready next week to do the token distribution event. The exchanges are not. This is the holdup in the whole space. Same thing in the XRP Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. This is why XRP won't move until there's 100% clarity that the institutions can use this asset, that the institutions know how to acquire and get this asset. Until they have complete clarity, they will not move. And you're going to start to see here the exchanges getting the lowdown on the situation on Gary Gensler, as we covered last night. Gary Gensler approaching market makers and starting to hint that they're going to be rolling out the new structural changes to the financial markets and the trading markets, right? Basically the securities markets that the SEC has jurisdiction over. The new rollout, the new structure is going to be the biggest structural change in decades. These market makers are saying that Gary Gensler is going to be rolling that out here soon. And this is why I'm so excited to be talking to Alan Staple tomorrow, because he's got the friend Bob at the market maker for the Treasury. This is going to be such an important interview tomorrow. But guys, like backing out right here, this is the situation right now. These guys are going in line with what they're told to do. I mean, they have to operate within the United States rule of law. And that's been the problem. Then difficulty for new cryptocurrency projects is they don't have clarity. They don't know how to operate. So they had all these assets, quote unquote assets, which we now are going to see they're actually, most of them, securities. And the initial coin offering, most definitely in 99.99% of cases, was a security, will be under the jurisdiction of Gary Gensler and the SEC regime. They might not have jurisdiction over XRP being a digital commodity, but they will absolutely have jurisdiction over 99% of crypto that did an ICO and that is not decentralized. Okay? But I think that it's interesting to see Ben finally calling these guys out, right? That's a very refreshing to see in the space. Huge shout out to Ben for actually holding these guys accountable. And for me, guys, I don't care about opinions on people. I don't care about your opinion on BitBoy. I don't care about your opinion on any of these guys, right? That's not what this is about. We need to discuss the adult conversation. We need to see, we need to have the rules of the road laid, right? And then let's let the best man or woman win. Man, woman, whatever you want to call yourself, if you bring value to the world, let them do it. Let the entrepreneurs and the capitalists in the United States build up this technology that they know is a threat. And this is why Ripple's in a lawsuit, why they haven't given us clarity. But the gig's up. This is the beautiful thing. You guys are seeing now, it's not a partisan issue. Republicans and Democrats trying to hold Gary Gensler and the SEC accountable, starting to say that he needs to rein it back in. Okay? Let's continue to watch this one, though. They're delisting the assets as we speak. Player, and in regards to dates, the title of this video, imminent settlement or another 6 months. In regards to the player airdrop, next month they're ready. The exchanges won't be. We're not going to get regulations. The timeline is stalled out on everything. That's the unfortunate news. The fortunate part of that story is you have more time to acquire these assets while they're suppressed. That's the good news. Now, continuing on. Nick B, all good things. His decade-long journey at Ripple has been a fantastic, if exhausting and all-consuming one. Now, this is one of the original developers at Ripple. He was the formerly the head, or no, what is he? The head of, like one of the head developers at Ripple. He doesn't have it in his bio anymore, but he says, "I got to work on a project that I love towards a goal I believe in." Nick B, huge shout out to this guy. One of the developers that has done the most for the XRP ecosystem, not just for Ripple, but for the XRP ledger. Okay, so huge shout out to Nick B. He says, "I got to work on a project that I love towards a goal I believe in. That journey will be coming to an end in a few weeks. I am grateful to have had the opportunity to work alongside and learn from Joel Katz, Arthur Brito, my teammates on the C++ team, past and present, and so many others at Ripple. The camaraderie and spirit, the corpse of the C++ team, what I'll miss the most. And what of the XRPL? Its long-term health and success isn't predicated on any one person. I'm confident that it will be just fine thanks to talented and passionate individuals who contributed and participate in each of their own way." Let me take a sip of my beverage. Nick B says, "Leaving Ripple wasn't an easy decision, but it is the right one for me. My fellow Ripplers, I wish you unbridled success." This is the cheers emoji. Huge shout out to Nick B for getting it done on the XRP ledger, not just working for Ripple, getting it done for the whole community, building on top of the XRP ledger, leading the way. As for what's next, I'll talk about it when it's time, but I am not joining another blockchain project company, nor am I doing NFTs or DeFi. In my opinion, which I just have to say this because this is just funny to me. King Solomon, you guys know King Solomon, XRP community. He says, "I can't wait to see the conspiracies on Nick B leaving the space," which Yeah, the XRP community is guilty of coming up with a conspiracy for everything. Yeah, whatever. But in my opinion, what was the vibe at the 10-year anniversary of that Ripple party that they just celebrated yesterday? After they, same day, they get the Hinman documents. How perfect is that? They celebrate Ripple's 10-year anniversary, same day they get the Hinman documents. And then Nick B is moving on, one of the lead developers. To me, that says that the job is done, right? The job is done. Ripple will continue on. He says the XRP ledger going to continue on and do fine. We have the NFT update coming in less than 2 weeks, going to be major. They're doing a smart contracts update coming here soon too. Going to even bring more utility once we have Flare going live as well. These guys have completed their mission. These guys have done, it's not a conspiracy in my opinion. The vibe at that Ripple 10-year anniversary, that's no conspiracy. Go look at the pictures. They're having themselves a fantastic time. I wish I could have been there. I wish, I'm doing my part by telling people about this opportunity in XRP. As far as the company Ripple, there's not one person there that's losing sleep at night. There's not one person there that's stressing over the SEC and what they've done. No. It might feel frustrating for us holders, but the vibe at that party was lit. It was a celebratory party. Not only 10 years of success already, 10 years of future progress that's coming, and it's going to be massive. Just think what Ripple was able to do without Clarity over the last 10 years, and think about what they're going to be doing over the next 10 years with Clarity. That's the ticket right there. That's the ticket to generational wealth right there. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, Lynn Alden. Politics rarely set the trend for technology, but technology often sets the trend for politics. As technology changes, politics adjusts around that new reality, not the reverse, but philosophy informs which technology should be handled cautiously and with respect. Powerful. I love this because the conversation about CBDCs, is Ripple evil because they're enabling CBDCs, has been present once again. It always is, and it's another point that the XRP haters always come after us for. Oh my gosh, we're such bad people for owning this technology. This is the conversation that we've been having here. We have to be cautious, have to have respect with this technology. In the hands of a centralized party, in the hands of the wrong people, it could be used for bad. We see the same thing with social media. We see the same thing in every single business sector. We see the same thing with every single aspect of our life. There are humans that are bad, that are going to choose evil, that are going to sell out, that are going to use technology, resources, commodities, currencies, and control, power to maintain control over others and to keep others from accessing the same opportunities. What we had here is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because we've been able to acquire these suppressed assets. We have to climb over mountains and cross waters, cross treacherous waters to buy XRP from an exchange that still has it listed. And this is why I believe that Ripple had to be held up. Ripple had to be involved in this lawsuit, right? Is because this technology was already ahead. It had already beat everything out there that exists. There is no competitors. JP Morgan ain't going to make a competitor. They're not going to make a currency that competes with XRP. Nobody has a solution that's better than XRP. Literally. I mean, it is the most liquid asset, and the fact that you don't have to trust anyone to use it is the secret sauce. It's trustless. From anything to anything. From US dollars to Chinese yuan. I mean, it's the bridge asset for the internet of value. This technology is so far ahead of the time, they had to stall it up in the SEC lawsuit. And as she says here, philosophy informs which technology should be handled cautiously and with respect. That's where I'm at too. I'm not a fan of a CBDC with a credit score that shuts us down. That because you vote one way, you're going to be, kicked off the bank. Because, you pull a Kanye and you want to say some things, have an opinion, they shut you down. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of any sort of government control. Guys, I'm not here for any of it. The SEC and many three-letter agencies should be cut 90%, and some of them abolished, including the Federal Reserve. That's my stance. Investing in the technology is a completely different conversation. That's happening with or without us. The world went from dial-up to high speed, and it's going to go to quantum with or without you. I'm hopping on the rocket ship. You know, I'm getting on the ship. We're setting sail. The train is leaving the station with or without you. I'm going to hop on, and then if I get on the ship and there's some bad actors, well, we'll call them out, and I'll deal with that when we get to that. When we get to that situation. When we come into riches and wealth that we're supposed to be getting from all of this investing, right? I'm going to do good. Try to help out the world, move humanity forward. Until that time, investing in the technology is not evil. And the technology itself cannot be good or evil. It's just that alone, technology. Okay? We went from dial-up to high speed regardless. And people want to say, how can you call Bitcoin a failure? Bitcoin still plays an important role. Bitcoin still is digital gold. What's AOL doing? Where is AOL? Are we still using dial-up? The answer is no. Non-existent. It's gone. Same thing's going to happen here, in my opinion. Now, is Bitcoin going to go away tomorrow? No. No. And, Bitcoin could still be a thing 10 years from now. It could just be some niche thing that's, a couple... The nerds running the Bitcoin mining in their basement, still going to keep the network going or whatever. Have fun, right? But what we've seen is deception from Bitcoin. Libertarian movement disguised to get everyone into cryptocurrency, but we see that it was actually made by entities from the original power structure. Most likely. Now, that's my speculation, right? But nonetheless, no matter who it was made by, it's not a store of value, and the technology is irrelevant. The utility is not there. There is no utility. And so why are we still romanticizing Bitcoin? I just don't get it. And this is why they gave, in my opinion, Bitcoin and Ethereum the green light, because Bitcoin doesn't actually change the financial system. It doesn't take away any power from the cabal structure. And Ethereum, they sold out to the Wall Street entities. They sold out to JP Morgan, the Ethereum Foundation, and the free pass and everything that took place. Goldman Sachs, everyone. They were part of it. That's why both of them get the green light, and then the Ripple gets tied up in the SEC lawsuit. Okay? But let's cover just that. Time to get on into it, guys. Thank you for joining me. Major breakthroughs in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. Let's get right into it tonight. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Here we go. Bill Belisarius, I think is how you say his name. Let's cover this one. He says, of course, it's just so typical of the SEC government to hand these documents over to Ripple after it just filed its response to the SEC summary judgment motion. That's right. So Ripple finally responds to the SEC summary judgment motion, right? And then the SEC government finally hands over these documents. So it's like they didn't want to give the Hinman documents over to Ripple to use before they filed that summary judgment motion, okay? Now we've seen the SEC has filed that as well. And then James Flan is reporting here that Spend the Bits has filed its application to file an amicus brief. The application letter and proposed brief are below. So we have another entity that is going to be adding their their utility, their proof that XRP is a decentralized currency, that they have no investment contract with Ripple, period. Spend the Bits, another utility that's going to be entering the case with their amicus brief. And then if we move on over here, the SEC has submitted for in-camera review by Magistrate Judge Netburn proposed redactions to 2 drafts of Hinman's June 2018 speech that discuss pending determinations before the SEC. So they want 2 redactions out of they want redactions out of the 2 drafts of Hinman's June 2018 speech because it's pending determinations before the SEC, right? And Fred Rispoli, he responds down here below. He says, maybe one of those pending determinations is the ongoing deliberation of whether ETH is a security. It would make sense that Hinman tried to front run that with his speech. Exactly. Right. So they still haven't quite made the determination, right? Right. They're telling us here in the lawsuit, we haven't quite made the official determination. And let me just break down how I think that this story ends right here. I really believe that let me say this, if they have no redactions in those draft documents, the Hinman speech documents, if they don't get rewarded those redactions, if it is going to be revealed, 100% there's going to be a settlement, in my opinion. And part of that settlement will be that never sees the light of day. That will be part of the terms of the settlement, that those redactions, if they're not, if they don't win those redactions by the judge, then I think that a settlement will be 100% imminent, because there's a reason why they want it redacted. It obviously shows the corruption, right? So that's why they want those redacted. But if the judge rules that they will not get those redactions, I believe that a settlement will 100% occur. Now, a couple interesting things to note. Ripple and settlement are both trending once again. This has been interesting to see on Twitter over the last few days. Tens of thousands of tweets for both topics, both of them trending. And we're starting to hit mainstream here. You guys are seeing, because everyone wants to hold the SEC accountable. Everyone's starting to see that they went over their bounds. This is not even a political issue. Everyone understands that the SEC needs to give us clarity, right? But here is the deal right now with the timeline, guys. In my opinion, we still have another 3 to 6 months. The earliest that I see this case settling up is going to be in December. There's a little bit of, back and forth here. Here we want some redactions. Here we want this. The briefs have both now been filed for summary judgment, okay? Now, both cases have been made. That will be made public. And I don't think that there's going to really be any surprises in those briefs for summary judgment, right? Where this gets really exposed and the corruption gets blasted for everyone to see is if these redactions don't get granted by the judge, then the Hinman documents, the juicy parts that are going to show the complete corruption, then those get released. I believe a settlement will be 100% imminent, and it is going to happen, I think, before they send it to trial, which would start next year. I have spoken with a few people with more legal expertise than me, and just listening to the lawyers, they are saying that it's looking like March of next year, springtime of next year. I don't even like throwing out months anymore in regards to the settlement. You guys know me. I like looking at dates. I like looking at timelines when everything aligns. There's no way to really look at this case because, for one, when you operate on this basis that the lawyers are at, where they're saying, okay, both parties have filed their briefs, now it moves to this stage, the judge is going to rule on this, and the timeline puts us here. That's all assuming that the judge, Gary Gensler and the SEC, and Ripple aren't all shaking hands behind the scenes already. That's assuming that they're not already hanging out behind the scenes with an understanding of how this already goes down. So assuming that that's not the case, they are saying that a settlement could occur in the next few months, but if not, then we're most likely looking at spring for this thing to be wrapping up. I think one of the key indicators to watch out for is if those redactions are granted to the SEC, then we might not have a settlement. Maybe they won't care so much, and this will go the distance. But nonetheless, as far as predicting this case, I've said from the very beginning, after beginning of this year, after we all thought that the case was going to be over last year, I said this thing, the most staged lawsuit in the history of the SEC, there's no telling when this thing's going to end. There's no telling. But we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary. That gets interesting. And then obviously the summary judgment briefs have already been filed, okay? So we're coming towards the conclusion. And in regards to other lawsuits outside of the Ripple versus SEC, you're starting to see that the moves are being made. Judges ruled that Steve Bannon is going to be going to serve time in jail. They issued the subpoena to Trump. Now we have the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, and that the shenanigans within this case too. But the moves are finally being had, and if you don't settle up, there's going to be a lot revealed for the American people. And that's the bottom line. The best time for settlement will be over the next couple months. So that's my extended way of saying, I don't know when this case ends. Your guess is as good as mine. But 100% we've won. No doubt in my mind that we have won. So any further extension of this case and these staged events is just more time for us to accumulate. I had a couple more tweets that I want to show you guys. Yeah. I mean, and the energy when this breaks through is going to be absolutely massive. XRP Pharaoh. We got the Hinman emails, flare distribution ready to go when the exchanges have clarity from the SEC. XRP showing signs of life since last month. Only 3 weeks left in Q4, right? So we're already towards the end of this year. It's truly incredible. And then November is loaded with events, right? We have the lunar eclipse on the 7th and 8th, and we got the midterm elections on the 8th. We have Ripple's Swell Conference on the 15th and 16th, I believe. And then the timing of it all is just too coincidental, but I don't believe in coincidences. Now, so that's the thing, folks. I would love to say that this thing's going to settle up. I would love to make a bunch of videos saying that the settlement is imminent. I have 100% proof. I have all this data to lead me to that. The energy's there. Everything's aligned. But I want to see what I think needs to happen first is the system has to be brought down. The system has to be brought down, and or it's a simultaneous event. We get the victory in the SEC lawsuit, crash panic moment occurs. Markets go down. I believe that it's either going to be simultaneous or they clean out the system, then we get the clarity. Okay? Now, this is exciting though, because when we see here that the flare distribution is ready to go, that's bringing smart contract utility, and I should probably do another video on Flare, another update on Flare now that they're finally getting their act together. But it's just like with the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. We've been waiting for that distribution to take place forever. I've been waiting for getting my Songbird from Brian Armstrong and Coinbase since last year, right? Or earlier this year when Songbird was distributed. And the sad part about this is the longer that these timelines get extended out, the more reason people will have to dump their Flare tokens, their Spark tokens, once they finally receive them. That's not going to be good for the price of Flare. And as you guys have seen, I just don't like, airdrops seem to not work that well. Whatever value you think you're getting immediately drops by 50 to 90% because so many people sell off after getting free, quote unquote, value, right? So I don't know how much I like the airdrop distribution model. To me, it seems like it hasn't worked that well, but all that I care about is that Flare building on the XRP ledger. Sologenic NFT marketplace, we talked about them yesterday. They've prepared for the XLS20 NFT update for the XRP ledger. Sologenic already prepared to run their NFT marketplace on the XRP ledger. Was the Solo airdrop a complete flop? Yes. Don't care though. I want the utility on XRP because that's what we really want, right? XRP is the main asset right here, okay? Now, Crypto Hawks, this is it right here, folks. This is it. Crypto Hawks on Twitter says, holy shiite, I think I got it. XRP could be protocol to exchange for one-to-one. XRP equals exchange rate peg, right? XRP could be used to level the playing field and make up the difference between currency prices, using the liquidity of the token to make all currencies equal. It's not just the fast protocol, it is the protocol to level the playing field. Absolutely. And the people are finally starting to get it. You need an asset like XRP to bring us back to settle all the scores between all of the different currencies, between all of the different assets. You need an exchange rate peg that we can all agree upon, that is completely trustless. That is the XRP ecosystem, and Ripple is the company that went to all of these actors and said, listen, whether you like it or not, this technology works. This technology is the future. You want to move on to a quantum financial system? This is it. This program works. We have 50 billion in our escrow if you want to cut a deal. Business deals have been done, and we're about to see those roll out. And market makers for the treasury. We're going to talk about it tomorrow with Alan. Meeting with Ripple right now. Out of everyone that they could be meeting with, the greatest liquidity crisis we've seen in our lifetimes. Who are they meeting with? Ripple. XRP could be the protocol to exchange for one-to-one. And right here, making all currencies even. This is what we need. You guys just saw Lebanon repegging their dollar to the US dollar. So you're already starting to see the reset, the restructuring, revaluation underway. All of our quote unquote enemies ditching the US dollar, leaving the SWIFT system, being sanctioned, having their banks shut down, so they move on over, utilizing distributed ledger technologies, potentially cryptocurrencies, and also rolling out their new CBDCs much further than countries in the West because they don't have time to wait. They need solutions now. I believe that, the biggest players, if a market maker for the treasury is meeting with Ripple, that's all you need to know. I mean, market makers for the biggest player in the world, that's all you need to know, right? And we're going to be talking about it tomorrow with Alan. Ripple is hiring a senior blockchain software engineer. What are they working on? Tokenization. This is from Jim Chauncey Kelly. Huge shout out to Jim. He is the vice president in global talent acquisition at Ripple. It says building and nurturing high performance teams wherever I go. Jim, huge shout out to Jim. And as you guys can see here, this is what it's about. Tokenizing the whole internet of value. Okay. Senior blockchain software engineer. We love to see it during a recession, during a bear market, during a Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, continuing to hire the best talent in the world. What does David have to say about this situation? He says, maybe this is the exhaustion talking after a week of going to bed at 1 a.m., getting up at 7, but I feel more positive about Ripple's prospects and those for the entire crypto space now than I have in at least 6 years. So David is feeling better than ever. Stuart Alvaradi says that he's feeling better than ever, and he's feeling worse than ever about the tactics that the SEC used. We have this case won. XRP true value is about to be unlocked, and I hope you guys are ready. As Brad Garlinghouse said last night, the SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. Don't believe them. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior here will shock you. Brad, Stuart, David, and team celebrating 10-year anniversary at Ripple. Massive victories, massive success, massive development and growth over the last 10 years without regulatory clarity, without the need, without the demand for an exchange rate peg, an exchange rate liquidity asset that is ready to tokenize the whole internet of value, and even all scores when it comes to all currencies, all assets, commodities, and markets. This is the solution that the world needs. You guys are seeing the best team in crypto has been assembled and only continues to grow. The OGs are retiring. Mission accomplished. Nick B, huge shout out to Nick B. Mission accomplished, moving on. And the pools of liquidity are about to be unlocked within the next year. Can we sit here and say that 100% within the next year, we will have that rollover moment? God, please be with us. I believe so. I believe so. I said that last year. We've been waiting for a settlement. We thought a settlement was going to happen within months of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit happening. But I will always remember on the day that this SEC lawsuit was filed against Ripple, the first, half of the day, I was all sad. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. What are we going through? Then I quickly realized, no, this is a blessing. This guarantees, this confirms everything. All of the conspiracies that we had been thinking about with XRP, this confirms it all. This is why we have to go through this thing, is because it's such a powerful asset, a digital commodity ready to tokenize the whole internet of value, bring liquidity to every single asset, every single market, and market makers for the treasury are ready to do deals too. I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow with Alan from the Staple Crew is his YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check out that. That's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Super excited about that. Before that, though, as always, Saturday night, Saturday morning, members only Discord weekly call going to be taking place at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do that every Saturday where I meet with my Discord group. If you guys are looking to get tapped in, head on over to my website, zachrector.com. By the way, we got new merch on the way too. You guys better be ready for that one. And then tomorrow at 11 a.m., we're going to be going live with our good friend Alan. Okay. And we're going to be talking about all the inside scoop. I know that Alan has a little bit of the secret sauce to drop for us. And I'm super excited about having this conversation. And he's a no BS guy. I can tell you right now, he's been around the block. He's been trading these markets, all of these markets for decades. Two takeaways. My private conversations with Alan, he says, now more than ever, he's more sure about XRP. And now more than ever, he believes that it's most important to own silver. I think that we got a little bit of alignment there, Alan, my friend. I'm so excited to have this conversation tomorrow because this is what we've been about personally. My bag of XRP is my biggest, and I don't, massive bag of silver as well. The silver in regards to precious metals has been the only precious metals I've acquired. But if you guys are looking to roll over your 401k IRA to precious metals, get in touch with my people at the top of my website. The link, precious metals, that'll take you right on over to my people. You can roll over your 401k, get the precious metals shipped directly to your house. And it should be linked on down in the description of the YouTube videos as well. With that being said, I want to say huge shout out to TikTok. We now have TikTok subscribers. So huge shout out to the TikTok subscribers. I see that we did get at least one. Maybe we got a couple. I don't know how many we hit. But you guys can now subscribe on TikTok as well if you want to support the channel. I think it's $5.99 a month. And you get like a cool little badge, little sticker. And so that'll be super cool if you guys want to support the channel that way. Otherwise, head on over to my website, zachrichter.com. It's all there. I appreciate you guys so much. It's always a pleasure. And I see that we have the 666 in the chat tonight on YouTube. So some people leave or invite some friends and family. Let's get some more people. We don't want to have that many people in the chat. Okay, but we have nearly 700 people joining us on the Friday night session. I do have a little bit of time. It looks like we have about 17 minutes to go before we wrap up this session here tonight. So let's have ourselves a cold adult beverage. Let's get straight on into it. I appreciate all of you guys tonight. It is 8 p.m. on the West Coast. Huge shout out to everyone within our Discord community that is staying lit over there. If you guys are looking to get tapped in, it's at the website. Okay, thank you so much. Let's take the rapid fire Q&A. TikTok, what's up? What's up? Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you so much, family. Okay, we got one subscriber. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we did just hit 295,000 on TikTok, and we just hit 46,000 on YouTube. Yeah, so we just continue to put the pedal down, and I'm super excited. This is such a critical moment in time. Like I've been saying, guys, every single asset class, we want to have a strategy to survive and thrive this recession. Thank you so much. The CEO of Swift says they're fully ready to go with ISO in November. Yes, guys, don't even worry about the timelines. So many people are trying to get caught up. Is ISO stalling out? As I've been saying, these people have the opportunity to opt in. They have the opportunity to go cut a deal with Ripple right now for XRP. So don't wait. TK, thank you for the super chat, 20 spot. I appreciate you, Zach. TK, I appreciate you. Always showing a huge amount of love, TK. I really appreciate all that. Thank you so much. The conspiracy of coincidence in the realm of Kepler adult beverages on the planet of Gog attributes many attributes of reveries, silver bullion of the house of Garlands, and coin or lead, bow or sled. X. I don't know if I said that right. That is what we got going on tonight, Friday night session, what he just said. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Cindy V, thank you for the super chat, 5 spot. Thank you. Right side of history, just like Brad Garlinghouse says, we will be on the right side of history. We're on the right side of the law, and may all truth be revealed. Okay? If we got something wrong, if we were wrong about XRP mooning in January of this year, that's fine. Timeline's extended. Okay, here we are in October. Still remaining as patient as ever. Yes, it's been rough. It hasn't been fun. Our bags are down 70%. It sucks. But we've acquired, in my case, be careful here. I think I've acquired 30 to 40%. My bag is 50% bigger than where it was at the start of this recession, throughout this last year. That's the power of buying when prices go this low. You can stack your bag up. It's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing. Here's a question choice, Zach. What's in that cold adult beverage pizza? Appreciate that. What are we doing? Rainier. We are doing Rainier, which is a local beer to the northwest. The cheap light beer. You guys know me. Until XRP moons, it's only cheap light beer in that beverage. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will you be shorting? Okay, so I had an entry for around 19,900 that hasn't been filled yet. So my next buy-in for a Bitcoin short is at 19,900. As we approach that, that is the level I'm looking to enter. I may miss that. We might not go up to that, but I'm remaining patient. Excuse me. In 4 days, we have the solar eclipse, the first eclipse coming in, and it's also a new moon. So what I'm looking to take place here over the next few days is potential for a fake out pump. Another pump that takes us up to about the 20K level. We could go even up higher from that, right? Before they bring us down over the next couple of weeks. I think the next couple of weeks has a storm that we're already in the middle of, but we're about to enter the eye of the storm. About to be, we're hitting. Next week we're hitting, guys. It's here. It's here. If it's so boring, if we've had a little bit of a lull, dead space in the energy and the events, you feel like it's not quite happening, grab another bag of popcorn, strap in, make sure your seatbelt's on, full harness. Liquidity crisis possibility, stock crash. Yeah, Connor, that's what we're witnessing right now. XRP still going down. Kelly, I do believe that XRP can still go down. Yeah. The macro events that are still yet to play out would bring down XRP even if we had a settlement, in my opinion. Even if we had a settlement, even if we had clarity, the case was over, I think that the macro events can still bring down XRP. Now, if we get that settlement, maybe it'll be bringing us down after we pump. We have a victory pump that takes us to $7, $10, and then the whole world crashes and we reach that panic crash moment. That would bring us back down potentially, to $2 or $3. I've always talked about that potential, and I want you guys to be ready for that. It's going to mess up a lot of people. It's going to F with a lot of people emotionally. Like, you're going to be sick to your stomach. When XRP goes from $10 back down to $2, we're going to have a stream where we're just going to be crying. Matthew says price action does not matter. The elites have control of that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And just like they've been able to keep it suppressed, they'll be able to send it to the moon. They'll be able to send it to a level that this space hasn't seen yet. A market cap, XRP at $10 would be a bigger market cap than Bitcoin, bro. Yes, absolutely. The market cap of Bitcoin's nothing in regards to the financial system. We're going to settle Bitcoin's market cap every 4 hours on the XRP ledger. They want to shake us out, absolutely. Even after the lawsuit settlement, XRP still has to deal with the market. Absolutely. Yeah. Here's the thing, guys, here's the point. This story doesn't end with it being smooth sailing. Like, we win, we pump to, we just steadily go up forever, and you're going to have generational wealth and the best life forever. Even if your financial situation changes, there's still a lot that people need to fix up in their head with the health crisis, with other debt, other assets, other businesses, other situations within your life that you still got to figure out. Oh, and by the way, the world could be on fire as we're living through right now. Like, just because it's going to be good for XRP holders doesn't mean it's going to be great for the rest of the world. Doesn't mean they're not going to further divide the haves and the have-nots, the rich and the poor, the elite, the peasants, a slave class, and a ruler elite class. That's the fight that we're in. Will you sell all your XRP after it crashes from $10 to $2? No, but that's the thing, is I think a lot of people will, because we'll go from $10. See, remember, guys, XRP went from 20 cents to nearly $4 over the course of a month during the bear market of 2017 when the crypto space was so small. So small. Multiples smaller than it was last year during our bull run, where XRP didn't participate in the bull run, only going up to $2. So just think of that. XRP went to nearly $4 when the overall market cap of crypto back then was so much smaller. It's going to happen so fast, and then it's going to come down and get smacked once again. Then it'll chill there. It's going to hang out at $2 or $3 after it pumps to $10. Or say it pumps to $20 or $30. Then it's going to come back down to $7. It's going to come back down to $13. And chill there. Like, this story doesn't end with XRP pumping, going up forever, and we just get to go to our financial advisor and, hey, what should I do with my generational wealth? They set you up a plan, and you get to sit on the beach for the rest of your life. I don't think that anybody really gets to live that out, to be honest. Now, obviously, there's some people that are already doing that are going to do that. Okay, whatever. I'm talking about the majority of XRP holders. You got to really think about this. What we've been going through and how much worse it's going to get. And although we may have a victory, although we may get some gains on our XRP, we're going to be going through one of the worst crash, panic, liquidity moments in history of the world. And that's not clickbait. That's not FUD. That's not trying to pump fear. That's just by the numbers. Worst bond market in history. That's not up for debate. That's not, hey, should we define it as a recession or not? It's the worst bond market by the numbers in history. And when we have a bond market that's having its worst time ever, guys, the bonds are supposed to be the safe play. And the bond market being jacked up tells you how bad it is out there. Will you sell at $10 and buy back at $2? I would love to. That's why I said I'm going to sell off 5% of my XRP bag at $10 because I want to take some profits and because I think that they're going to shake the hell out of us. They're going to pump it to $10, $20, $30 and then crash it down 75, 80%. And people are going to think that's it. XRP's dead. It'll be the same shit that they've been saying for the last few years. Going to say it when XRP's stagnant at $2 again. XRP can't break $3. It's going to be stuck there, right? But here's the deal. Over the next 5 years, all systems will be live. All institutions will be invested. Every single person will have a digital ID. At least every single person that's tapped into the modern world and the modern system. Unless, and I may be on the farm out in the hills with you that we don't have the digital ID. We're not part of the beast system. I love this comment. To get our XRP wealth, we're going to have to take the chip. Okay, that's fine. I don't take the chip. I go live on the farm. It's going to be a great life regardless. I will never sell my soul. I will never participate. That's not the program for me. If that's what it comes down to, fine. Okay, have it. Here. But digital ID, all new systems, ISO, digital quantum financial systems rolled out completely over the next 5 years. So we want to make videos. We got to make content, right? Is the settlement imminent? What's the next date to look out for? Oh, we have a new breakthrough. We got the documents here. We got this and that. Stack and chill. Accumulate the hell out of these suppressed assets and pray with your family. That's it. If I could leave you with anything, stack the hell out of these assets and pray with your family. Am I all in on one token? No. And don't worry about what I'm invested in. What are you invested in? What's a suppressed asset to you? Don't worry about me calling XRP and silver suppressed assets. What do you think is a suppressed asset? What do you think is going to run the new quantum financial system? People want to give me financial advice. Oh, you shouldn't be all in. Okay, well, I have a few other cryptos for one. And two, dude, that doesn't affect you. What I'm invested in doesn't affect you. If you want to stack up on some other cryptos, have at it. You think Bitcoin and Ethereum is the end all be all? Cheers. Good luck. God bless. Hope it works out. Murder Hornet 22 says, could you run for the president of the US, please? Zach, you should do a live with Coach V. Yeah, I should chop it up with Coach V. Huh? You shout out to JV. Ripple is the CBDC that will control everyone. Nope. See, and that's just an ignorant comment right there. Ripple is not XRP. XRP is not Ripple. Right? I get your point. And I don't care. I don't care. Everyone who leaves that comment down below is already a slave to the US dollar. You want to talk the good or bad? I think that it's a waste of time to have that conversation. Honestly. I just posted another video today where I said I believe that Ripple and Team is the people I want at the table for building out the CBDCs and that technology, because I think that they want what's best for the people. I don't think that they want to make United States like, I won't say the country, but they don't want to make it like those countries. They don't want complete control, censorship, and no freedom. At least from me. From the vibe that I get from Brad, David, Team, they don't want that for humanity. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're all New World Order agenda, just ready to implement the beast system for complete control. Maybe I'm wrong. The technology is inevitable. And what I'm going to do with that commodity, with that resource, the riches or wealth that God willing I come into, is going to be good. That's the bottom line. I think it's a waste of time to try to figure out, who's good. I don't care, man. Time's running out. That conversation just holds you back from taking action at this point. Silver has a target of $200 to $400. Absolutely. Yeah. Massive breakout for silver potential. It's massive what could happen for silver. See, and that's the thing with silver, man, is gains are going to be sick, bro. But I just want offline assets. If I have to leave the beast system and I have to leave the world and check out of society and head for the hills and build out the farm, I want my silver. I want my precious metals. I want my freedom seeds. I want organic food. I'm going to eat beef. I'm going to eat some meat. I'm going to eat some vegetables. I'm going to procreate. I'm going to have some children. And I'm going to have boys and girls. Oh boy, we can't. We got to tone it back. God bless you all. And you're going to have drones. If we have to die in the fight, we die in the fight. God's with us. God's with us. Yeah, and just like Nicole said there in the chat, JP Morgan and other big players have been flooding the market with fake paper silver to keep the price of silver suppressed. It's so jacked up. So jacked up. And here's the thing, guys. Transfer of wealth includes all assets of real value. That includes the hard assets like the precious metals, but I also believe that it includes the digital commodities that are ready to run us in the quantum financial system. It's the same thing with AI. It's the same thing with the internet. It's the same thing with social media. People can use that technology. People can use that platform for good or evil. And that's all actually up for interpretation. I'm not actually a fan of censorship of any of that. Even the people that I disagree with, I want them to have that platform. I want them to be able to use that technology. I just think that the people at the end of the day will choose what's right. Will choose what's good. will conquer and defeat the evil. Wonder why he never discusses the him in emails. These are extremely damaging to the SEC. Mark, actually, I already did cover that. Go back, check the link in my bio. It'll take you to my YouTube channel. We already covered the him in documents. Yep, we already got it. I'll answer it again for you guys. If the SEC gets the redactions, they are trying to get redactions for 2 of the drafts of the Hinman speech. So they don't want that to be shown to the public, right? If they're able to get those, they might not settle up. If they don't get those redactions and that's going to be released for the public to see, I think that a settlement is 100% going to happen. If a settlement is going to happen, it happens in the next 2 to 3 months, most likely. New Anomaly Productions, thank you for the 5 spot. Zach, military, I've been around for months. Military, I've been around for months, is getting shipped out tomorrow morning. They claim it's to the border, but I suspect Europe. New Anomaly Productions, 5 spot. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think that you're saying that you're military. If you're military, please get in touch with me. You can send me an email at my website, zachrector.com. I would love to be in touch. God bless our troops. And if you are active duty military and listen to me right now, please get in touch with me. Please. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. You said you like silver? Yes, I love silver. Yep. Love silver. I even say the last days, brother. Alex, here's the thing for me, man. People have been thinking that we're at the end of days for a while. I understand a lot. A lot's there. Let me just say that. A lot is there. I get it. I get that story. I get that timeline. Just another thing that's out of our control. If I can't control it, I leave it up to God. And that's where I'm at. Because the time is of the... Here's what did it for me. Is having... I had a child. I said, okay, I don't got time to debate good, bad, end of days. Have we started the tribulation? Got to get it done for her. No matter if it's sunshine, raining, end of the days or not, has to be done right now for her. No, almost dropped an F-bomb. No freaking excuses. You got to get it done. No time for debate. Conspiracy theories aren't going to get the bills paid, aren't going to create generational wealth. Now, understanding this conspiracy theory about how suppressed these assets are, everything that we talk about on this channel, I believe is going to pay off. But you know what I'm talking about. We're having our adult beverage BS and talking about how they're going to roll out here. But we have a lot of data to back this up, right? We have a lot of information been given. Tells us where this is going. As far as taking it into days, spiritual aspect of it, me, it's just do the right thing, be a righteous man of God, and if you die in the fight, God's with you. What else are you gonna? Yeah, that's just where I'm at with all that. Is he a Putin supporter like Tucker? You're talking about me? It's so funny, man, what people want to talk about. I'll just refrain. Make AOC bartend again. Make people provide real value to the world. You know what I'm saying? The politicians are the worst. They've never accomplished or done anything in their life. And then a lot of the people that, God, man, you're seeing so many people that don't know how good they've had it. While the participation trophies have been handed out, I'm specifically talking about like business. And then I got friends that have BS jobs where they don't add any real value, but they make their work from home, check, whatever. Man, I think that story's getting tightened up. at the very least. It's getting tightened up. Not hating on work from home or anything like that. My thing is, if you bring real value, you'll have a job forever. You'll have a business forever. There's just a lot of people that have been participating and thinking that it's all good and it's going to last forever. And may God be with you, because I think that your party's over. That's where I stand on that. Beth, thank you so much. She says, don't forget to subscribe to Zach's channel. Click the star next to his name. Yeah, if you guys want to subscribe on TikTok, we would greatly appreciate the support, and you'll get a little badge next to your name on TikTok. So for all the TikTok family, you can subscribe. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't think that the SEC wants regulations right now, limits them. Jay, absolutely. We have the midterms. Okay, here's the timeline, guys. The midterms are coming up here in November, but they won't be taking their office, won't be taking their spot until January. So we won't actually have a new Congress and a new legislation taking place until January. Okay? So I don't think that we have anything until next spring, because you know how slow they operate too. And then also, even if we do have a red wave, as I'm predicting, you're still going to have Sleepy Creepy trying to veto everything that they pass. That's going to be the interesting thing there, is that it could still be kind of stalled up, held up. We could be going through a period where not much gets done. As we just covered earlier today, the federal court has taken down student loan debt relief. They have overturned that, or blocked that, I guess is the right way to say that. They have blocked the student debt relief. So there's court moves being made. Steve Bannon going to be serving time in jail, I guess. And then Trump has been subpoenaed today. So it's getting, grab your popcorn, grab your family, strap in, and make sure that you got the Second Amendment nearby. Keep your family safe. Make sure you got your essentials. You're prepped out. Never know when they're going to give us the 10 days of darkness. You know when the crisis will hit. And as far as the economic situation goes, Fed is going to raise interest rates most likely until the end of the year. There is no Fed pivot in sight, and that means that our party is not getting started anytime soon. Not getting started anytime soon. The things that will reverse this is going to be a Fed pivot. And then the other thing that would reverse this is if we got that collapse crash moment, and then we have the regulations set for cryptocurrency, level playing set, and then build utility, build the new economy, build the financial system, and rebuild society from there. Oh, and by the way, they might throw in the World War events to literally destroy and collapse whole countries, as is underway in Russia situation. What an amazing time to be alive, and we continue to pray for peace. I continue to to everyone who gives us super chats, smashes the thumb up. Thank you so much. Fiji, 5 spot. The FUD tree being shook to the max right now. Glad to be here. Thanks for everything, Zach. God bless. Alhamdulillah. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Huge shout out to everyone, though. I did just cover, and the reason why this reminds me of that, because I made the XRP video that XRP is Sharia compliant, and I had quite a few, I think they must be Muslims, that said different things. I don't even know what they are. What did you just? Alhamdulillah. Man, this is where I'm at. It's cheers, man. Welcome to the party. I don't care what God, who you love, what the program is. Let's get the deals done. Let's stand for truth, and let's make humanity better, man. The world needs to come together. God, forgive us for what we did in the Middle East. One way that we could repay the Middle East would be to have Ripple cut some deals with XRP, a little bit of on-demand liquidity, get some deals going and do right? But no, nothing can bring back the millions of lives that were sacrificed by the military-industrial complex, the cabal military. It's so sad. I'd bring our troops home, man. It just pisses me off talking about that. I can't talk about that. Zach, do you run an Amazon FBA company? No, I don't run an Amazon company. I have my traditional, as old school as it gets, as basic and simple and stupid as it gets, landscape company. That's my first business that I started in 2015. And then my media business. Those are my two businesses. DKJ's Cellmate 589. What's your take on Ripple and Circle when they eventually go public? Against buying stocks, but those two companies are different, massive long-term value. DKJ, I appreciate that super chat and I appreciate that question. People keep on asking me, what do you think of buying Ripple stock versus buying XRP? To me, it's not or, it's and. Like, if you are an accredited investor, you can get your hands on Ripple IPO right now. I love that opportunity. I don't think that it's better than XRP, but I also don't think that it's only buy one, not the other. If you have the capability, if you have the means, you're an accredited investor, then yeah, take advantage of that opportunity. As far as Circle as well, seems like they're at the table, seems like they're part of the party, seems like they're going to be the private stablecoin solution here in the United States. And we have to remember, right now, our country, up until this point, has been run by a private group of central bankers in the Federal Reserve. So it will be nothing new for a private company like Circle or a group of actors like such to basically have or build out the US dollar. I mean, that's what the Federal Reserve has done. So Circle seems to be at the table, the parties that matter. It's the same thing with Ripple XRP. As far as and or which opportunity is better, obviously XRP is at the top. I think that Ripple, I don't know what the prices are on those IPO stocks, which you can get them for right now. So I couldn't give you an answer as far as would I buy Ripple IPO versus Circle IPO. I would just say both seem like a good opportunity. But that's not financial advice. It's just, if I was an accredited investor, I would be both Ripple and that super chat. JJ, thank you for the 5 spot. Why is Ethereum logo and Antarctica flag the same? You know why? Just Gagan responses that, and Bitcoin is the cabal coin. JJ, that's the thing right there. If anything is the cabal coin, it's Bitcoin and or Ethereum. Those are the cabal coins. XRP, I feel like, well, I don't know. Try not to say that word. I'm trying to say cabal anymore. Will you whisper to us like Biden does and say you got to get some XRP? It's a pandemic of the non-XRP holders. Stephen Kelly, now that is funny. Oh my gosh. You guys get me going down roads that I'm not supposed to be going down. My team's messaging me right now. Watch what you say. Don't say that. Mountain Man, thank you for the 10 spot. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you. You guys are unbelievable. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you guys? Zach, please ease up on your noise gate. Your voice keeps dropping out. Deflating atheism, I appreciate that. Yeah, we have been adjusting. Like I said, we got the new setup, so I will make sure that gets dialed in. I need to just speak directly. Sometimes I get ranting and I get moving away from everything. So yeah, we're just finishing setting up the studio. It's been a work in progress for sure. And I do appreciate everyone for riding out all of the technical difficulties, all of the nonsense. Even last night, God, I was so mad because last night's stream was fire. It messed up on the audio there. So I appreciate all of you guys for riding that out with me. DKJ says, 2 spot, thank you. Selling 5% of my bag to reinvest in Ripple and Circle. I love that, you know. That's why I think for me, it's you got to take some profits. Got it, because you don't know what they're going to put us through. We've been already put through so much that once it does occur, we gotta secure something for ourselves, right? And for me, I have a place to put it. If you don't have a place to put it, well, then maybe just let it ride. I don't know, because it's going to be worse if you try to invest it somewhere else that you don't know what you're, excuse me, that you don't know what you're doing. Then you just end up losing your capital, right? For me, I know what I'm going to take my XRP profits and do what I'm going to do with that. That's it's so important that you guys have a serious exit strategy thought out, written out, and that you're ready to execute it when the time does come. Are we still holding XLM? Yes. Yep, we are. I am. 37-cent bottom. Um, oh, I don't know where the technicals line up on XRP. It's just the whole space can be brought down another 50% easily. 45%, 45 cents right now for XRP. Pull up the XRP chart. Let's take. I'm gonna zoom out here and look at the daily chart. Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like we have some around that 41-cent level. I'm gonna find some support at 41 cents. Then down at 30 cents, there's major. But like I said, the whole space can go down another 50% easily. And so that would bring XRP back down to that level potentially one last time. But I'm not waiting for that. Me, I've already accumulated my bags. I'm not really much XRP. Unless we go back below like 30 cents. But that's my situation. Zach, you are absolutely crushing it, man. You are on another gear right now. Keep at it. Jay, I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks to everyone giving the love. I appreciate you guys. Portugal in the chat. What's up? What's up? Eurozone goes live November 2021. They say 10,000 kickoff price. I don't think that we're going to be kicking it off at 10K in November, but I do believe that systems are going to be fired up over the next year or so, and we're going to have that clarity. We will have made a move within the next year for sure. Yes, new anomaly productions. The question isn't, is this a good price to buy XRP? Do I have enough XRP? That's where I've been at this whole time, is I've just focused on how much XRP have I accumulated, how much of these other assets have I accumulated, and what is my exit strategy for these bags. Because over 3 years of investing, basically all in and on XRP, I've been thinking at any time now that the pump is imminent. I've been looking at all this. The utility looks like it's there. Looks like we're about to take off. We get good news, and the price crashes, right? But you know, that's where you just stick to your guns. You stick to your research. You stick to your faith. That your research, that all of the documents, all of the partnerships, everything, all the data points are going to lead you to that truth, to that hypothesis that this is going to be a world reserve currency, going to run the new financial system. This gentleman says Ripple is licensing the tech left and right for CBDC's issuance. XRP is just proof of concept. Kind of one of the stupidest comments I've ever read. I mean, multiple CBDCs that are already built on top of the XRP ledger. That's not a proof of concept. That's already live. That's already going. You also have the XRP ledger on-demand liquidity. You can see is up 9 times year over year. That's using XRP not as a proof of concept for bridge currency, moving money, treasury flows. And now we're starting to get more utility with the NFT update kicking. Smart contracts getting updated for the XRP ledger as well. The proof of concepts occurred back in 2018 with the Bank of England, with other central banks. But to say that today's XRP is a proof of concept that using is so off, my friend. Now I'm stupid. Now I see what you're all about. Be respectful. Don't make stupid comments, my friend. That's a stupid comment. Don't got time for that nonsense. No, I mean, how stupid is that comment? Ridiculous. Respectful. Come into my chat with something stupid, man. Gotta correct that quick. And I only corrected it because you left another stupid comment saying, oh, you're ignoring my comments. If you haven't told, if you're new here and you don't understand who I am, I don't avoid anything. I don't avoid any conversation. You can try to make any points you want about why XRP is not it. That's fine. We can have that conversation. I will be respectful. Damn, thank you for the 10 spot. So Zach, if you were able to make incremental monthly payments off a loan of $50 to $80 a month to boost your XRP holdings another 10 to 15,000, would that be a healthy investment for you if it is well within means? Damn, that is a loaded question. I don't know if I get that question. Make monthly payments off a loan of $50 to $80 a month to boost your XRP holdings another 10 to 15,000. So you're basically talking about going into debt to buy more XRP. I don't advise that. I don't advise going into debt to buy more XRP or any of these suppressed assets. I think that now is the time to not have margin, not be over levered. I think now is the time to just be straight up with it. And it's just because of how shaky this market is, how much further to the downside I think we have to go. I only like taking out debt that provides cash flow and not taking out debt for future appreciation speculation. That's what that is. You're taking on debt to speculate further. I don't like that. I like taking on debt that I know gives me cash flow. Now, are we pretty much 100% in our investment with XRP that, yeah, it's going to do something for us? Yes, but we don't know what they're going to put us through. We don't know how the timeline actually plays out. And for me, I just continue to stack what you can and make sure that any debt that you are taking on right now, that your debt service is covered by cash flow. It's so simple with debt right now, and it goes for if you want to take on debt to buy XRP, you want to buy real estate, you want to buy a business. As long as your cash flow covers debt service, you can make the deal work. That's why you can still make deals work when mortgage rates, when the interest rates go to 7% like they are today. If you still can produce cash flow from the property, you can still make the deal work. You can still produce cash flow from XRP, then you could make the deal work. But that I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. I mean, there's some platforms that you take right now, make sure that you get a return. Potentially, you'd be able to pay off that interest by staking it somewhere else. That's pretty sophisticated strategy, and you're still taking on leverage, right? Which I don't like during this time right now. And then I don't like having to rely on some other third party to give me that cash flow. If I take out debt on my business, I know I can produce that cash flow. That's on me. right? I can make that happen. Versus if I'm taking out debt and I got to service it with my cash flow from Nexo or some other platform that could go bust any day. I don't like that play. So for me, it's a no. But I'm not here to give you financial advice, Sam. It's a good question, though. I know many people have done this. I actually already have the money, so it wouldn't be debt. Sam, I don't know if I understand where you got that. I don't understand how that works out then. Or sorry, what you have your money in, Sam. Already have the money. I don't understand. Just invest in XRP then. Just buy the XRP. That's what you want. Please explain to the newbies why the elite would allow the retail XRP investors to get rich regardless. Well, I believe that they've already cut their own deals the elite have for their XRP, at least the smart ones. And then they just don't care about the 0.004% of the world's population that actually owns XRP. And they definitely won't care about us when they pump XRP up, bring it back down, shake us out. And most XRP holders end up giving up their XRP anyways. The elite don't care about us, period. The only thing that they care about is controlling us. Are you in Cali? No, I'm not in California. When will all of this happen? That's what all of us want to know. Settlement could occur in the next 2 to 3 months. The lawsuit looks like it'll be done in about 6 months for, even if it's extended out. But for sure, we are about to have regulations passed by Congress. The case will be done within a year. And you're going to see new structures, new market structures come from Gary Gensler and the SEC, most likely within the next year or two. ISO 222 rollout is going to be taking place over the next year as well, and full implementation of the new financial system will be done by 2025. Most institutions are already opting in. Most institutions are already running proof of concepts. Most institutions that are smart have already cut a deal with Ripple, maybe have already acquired some XRP or have some escrowed to them by Ripple. And that is all going to be rolling out over the next 3 to 5 years. Where are we at? 2022? Yeah, no. So it's basically by 2025, new financial system will be here, present. Everyone will be able to see it. But the agenda, the battle over the next decade is just massive. It's either the end of our country as we know it, or we're able to save it. That's what we're up against. All right, guys, I am going to wrap up this session. I do appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. If you can, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. And make sure that you guys tune in tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be having an exclusive interview with Alan Staple. He's an insider, right? He's got connections, people, market makers for the Treasury that are meeting with Ripple. So we're going to get the inside scoop on that and much more. It's going to be a fantastic conversation tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up on the way out. And may God be with you all. Take care. God bless. Bam, 5:30. I see you. 2 spot super chat. We're coming on back. One more for you, brother. It's massive, my friend. It is massive, and I do believe that Elon is tapped in. He's part of the PayPal mafia. All of the PayPal mafia knows about Ripple too. They all know about XRP. They all know about the future of this cryptocurrency, and I think that eventually, on those Starlink satellites, you're going to have nodes for XRP and for potentially other cryptocurrencies as well, running on those nodes in low Earth orbit or space, whatever you want to call it. Whatever is real or not real in your reality doesn't matter. This is the currency that is going to run the new financial system. I think that Elon knows. I think that he's trolling us with his Dogecoin antics, and he knows what program really works for the new financial system. So I think that it's absolutely massive that Elon responded to Brad, and he has similarities being sued by the SEC in the past. So we love to see it. Elon is part of exposing a lot, and love him, hate him, whatever your opinion is on that, I'm here for it. I'm here to enjoy that show. So I appreciate all of you guys so much. Thank you. We will see you tomorrow. Okay. God bless you all.